NASA's giant inflatable habitats, the future homes on Mars. Have you ever imagined living on Mars? Not inside a metal spaceship, but inside a giant inflatable structure that looks more like a massive white balloon than a house. It sounds unbelievable, but this is exactly what NASA has been researching for years. These strange inflatable habitats could become the first real homes for astronauts on the Red Planet. But why would NASA choose inflatable structures instead of strong metal buildings? The answer is surprisingly simple and incredibly smart. Sending heavy materials into space is extremely expensive. Every extra kilogram launched from Earth costs thousands of dollars. Traditional buildings made of steel or concrete would be far too heavy to transport. That's why NASA began exploring inflatable habitats. These structures are lightweight during launch because they are folded into a compact shape. Once they land on Mars, they can inflate into large living spaces within minutes, providing astronauts with much more room than a rigid spacecraft ever could. At first glance, these habitats might look fragile, but they are actually built using multiple layers of advanced materials. Each layer has a different purpose. Some provide strength, others stop tiny space debris from puncturing the habitat, while special insulation layers protect astronauts from the freezing temperatures of Mars. Engineers have spent years testing these materials under conditions similar to those found in space. One of the biggest dangers on Mars is radiation. Unlike Earth, Mars has almost no magnetic field and a very thin atmosphere. Harmful cosmic radiation constantly reaches the planet's surface and can seriously damage the human body over time. NASA's solution is surprisingly clever. After the habitat inflates, astronauts could cover it with Martian soil, also known as regolith. This thick layer of soil acts as a natural radiation shield, making the habitat much safer for long-term missions. Another major challenge is the extreme weather. Temperatures on Mars can drop below -100 degrees Celsius. Dust storms can cover the entire planet and last for weeks. These storms may not destroy buildings, but the fine dust can damage equipment and reduce solar power. Inflatable habitats are being designed to survive these harsh conditions while keeping astronauts warm, safe, and comfortable inside. NASA isn't working alone. Several private aerospace companies have also developed inflatable habitat technology. Some prototypes have already been tested on Earth in deserts, Arctic environments, and underwater missions to simulate the isolation astronauts would experience on Mars. These experiments help scientists understand how people live and work in small habitats for long periods. Imagine waking up every morning on Mars. Looking outside your window, you would see a red desert stretching to the horizon. Inside the habitat, astronauts could grow fresh vegetables using hydroponic farming systems, recycle water, generate oxygen, perform scientific experiments, and even communicate with Earth despite the long distance. Everything needed for survival would exist inside these giant inflatable homes. Many people believe Mars colonization is still hundreds of years away, but NASA plans to send humans to Mars within the coming decades. Technologies like inflatable habitats are no longer science fiction. They are already being tested today. Every successful experiment brings humanity one step closer to becoming an interplanetary species. So, the next time you see giant white, inflatable structures in NASA images, remember that they aren't mysterious alien objects. They could become the very first neighborhoods ever built on another planet. The dream of living on Mars may seem impossible today, but history has shown that humanity has always achieved what once seemed impossible. Would you spend a year living inside one of these inflatable habitats on Mars? Let us know your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoy space mysteries and future technology, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because our next mystery is even more unbelievable.